rich by the sunshine, blushed by the rains, tension light and fear between mountains and seas. Your children salute you, dear land of free and our heroes. Your both arms and free, bones over your shoulder. This soul they hollow, and from them are we, all the sons of one mother, Guyana, the great land of Guyana. Diverse though our strains, we're born of their sacrifice, heirs of their faith, and ours is the glory their eyes did not see. One land of 60 united, free land of Guyana. To you where we give our homage, our service each day that we live. God, guard your great mother and make us to be worthy our heritage. Land of the free. Thank you, Lucia. Honorable Village Warren, Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, Dr. Vishnu, Chairman of ActionINVEST Caribbean Inc, Mistress Lavishwara, CEO of ActionINVEST Caribbean Inc, Dr. Arutami Anand, Academic Director, Tourism and Hospitality, ActionINVEST Caribbean Inc, Mr. Harinan Sar, President of TAN, Mr. Neil Bash, Director of Guyana Tourism Authority, Ms. Melanie Matur, President of Visit Community and Managing Director of Carnival Lodge Inc., members of the Diplomatic Corps, representatives of the many private sector organizations, team members of the ActionINVEST Caribbean Inc. and Confederation of Tourism and Hospitality UK, members of the media, special invitees, a pleasant good afternoon to you all. I am Keon Smith, and it's my distinct pleasure to serve as the Master of Ceremony for this occasion. It is also my pleasure to bid you a warm welcome to the launch of the Confederation Tourism and Hospitality Training Program in partnership with ActionINVEST Caribbean Inc. My intention today is to ensure that the program is as succinct as it needs to be, so that the basic professionals who are in the room can get back to their many scheduled activities. Also, to ensure that you understand the importance and impact that this new venture will have on our economy here in Guyana. To commence our program, we would like to invite Dr. Vishnu, the Chairman of ActionINVEST Caribbean, to provide us with their remarks. Please welcome Councilman.
Thank you very much, Keon, and with all the protocols being observed, the Honorable Minister, and all our stakeholders, thank you very much for joining us here this afternoon. This moment has been a long time in the making. I remember our first meeting with the President in 2021, where he identified that although we have an economy that is now really accelerated by the petroleum industry, jobs in that industry will still be very little, maybe maximum 10,000. We're not 5,000 mark for Guyanese nationals. But with all that is happening, and especially if it remains offshore, we might peak at about 10,000. However, the area that has really maximum potential is for tourism and hospitality product. For many, many decades, we have spoken so lovingly about that potential. And we have many of the investors here in the room who have stood the test of time, made sure that we have facilities, that we have attractions that people can come to. But I think the timing is right. We have a lot of business visitors as well, business tourism occurring. Many of these visitors are looking for places to go on the weekend. And we also have people who are hearing about that and are just coming to explore. So we do need to make sure that we present our tourism product in such a way that they can leave with really fun memories and become ambassadors as well for everything that we have to provide here in Ghana. Most of you may know ActionINVEST as a business education institution. That's really started off some 9 years ago. We're now in our 10th year. Time really does fly. And we're very happy that we're able to deliver that level of education at the highest standard. We're ISO 9001 certified education company. We fall under the Technical and Vocational Education and Training Council. And because of this particular program, the demand of this program, we actually have to upgrade a lot of our standards to meet the standards of the National Accreditation Council, because this is one of the programs that is a minimum of a year. And for that type of programming, we do need to fall under a different one. So that was also a very exciting journey for our team. I know that we have the head of NEC here with us. I think it was very exciting for us to jump through all those hurdles, and I think it makes sure that we have the level of quality that is expected, and that's what we plan to deliver, as we've been doing for certificate courses for such a long time. Our history of hospitality does start as representatives for the Caribbean Tourism Organization as business advisors on the Hospitality Assured program, which kicked off in 2016, and we did have several entities, including River Rouse and Kings, places like Grand Coastal, Karanami, that all became hospitality. They all met the requirements of the Hospitality Assured standard. And one of the key things that always stood out here, especially during the audits, was the importance of middle management. Sometimes when we think about tourism and hospitality, we think maybe about the bartender, maybe about the waiter, maybe about the person that makes up the rooms. But without strong middle management, controlling where the resources of the organization go, and monitoring the performance of the employees and the delivery of the service to the clients, a lot can go wrong. And more often than not, we're all on social media, we all see those stories where something did go wrong. And that is exactly the gap that we're looking to fill. We're happy that after nearly 2 years of work, we finally gotten to the place now where we're able to have the program up and ready, our new facilities are up and ready. And I know that our team has worked really hard with the organizations, and I must thank in particular the Guyana Tourism Authority and the Tourism and Hospitality Association of Guyana for their partnership. And then also the actual players in the industry, players like the Marriott, like the Ramada, like Guyana, who have come on board and said that, yes, we understand that this program has its academic component, and we'll hear a lot more about that shortly, but it also has a practical internship, because persons cannot graduate from this program if they have not actually practiced their skills to the satisfaction of operators in our industry. So we're really thankful that the operators as well have come on board and have given the commitment to take on the graduates of these programs, and not even the graduates, the persons who have advanced to past the theoretical mark, to make sure that we can test them in our market, to make sure that they are ready to serve our tourists, both local and foreign, to a standard that they're expecting. And at the moment, we have, especially in the tourism and hospitality industry, but sometimes it feels like in every single industry, a lot of poaching going on. So people look for the best talent and they pick it from wherever. Sometimes, they know the consequences, but in some cases, it leaves them very little of a choice because the pool has become so limited. Very soon, we'll have half a dozen or more hotels starting up, who will all also require talent. So if we don't turn on the volume very quickly in increasing the amount of talent we have in this pool, we can find ourselves in significant difficulties. So again, my hats off to all the operators who've taken the initiative to come on. Very early, some of them have even indicated that if these folks are really good, they'll employ them immediately because of the demand that there is in their own entity at the moment and in the industry in general. With that said, I would just like to also encourage all of us that when we talk about tourism, that we start to change the languaging around it. We want to make this a very attractive industry for employees. I come from Burmese. I know that in Burmese, in many cases, people don't, especially farmers, don't want their children to grow up to be farmers. And this is in the country where we want agriculture to play a big deal because they remember agriculture in their age. Agriculture has advanced with technology, with education, and with the like. So we do need to make sure that generations now know that agriculture is a very real opportunity. I know growing up in Barbados, the top 3 jobs that anybody would shoot for that your parents would pray along with you in the morning are doctor, lawyer, or bank teller. Steve would believe that. Just for the reason that you'll wear a uniform and you'll be in air-conditioned environment for the entire day. Now, we do need to understand as well that the tourism and hospitality, as salaries improve, yes, that's one thing, but with the level of service, the amount of income that individuals can earn here, via tips and other charges can also significantly add to their income. So we need to move away as well. Sometimes when we talk about tourism, especially in the past when we worked with the tourism and hospitality, with the CTO and the hospitality assured program, many of the operators complain that people don't want to do gardening. They don't want to do waitressing. They don't want to do the rooms because they see it as jobs that are beneath them. And I think that's a very unfortunate way to look at it. We just came from a trip to Cancun, and people really seem to love their job. I was like interviewing everyone, wanting to bring them back to Guyana to give us some help. Because inside the resort, outside of the resort, on the streets, people have this joy towards people who are visiting and towards each other. I always think that it would be very hypocritical for us to be nice to tourists and not nice to each other. So I would encourage us all to be sure that, if we're going to start tourism, let us all turn up that volume on kindness and friendliness to each other. Because I think that's what tourists are looking for as well. It's going to be very strange for us to be mean to each other, and sometimes when we look at our media, I wonder what's going on. But we need to take those steps there. So programs like this will help with the fundamental, theoretical reasons of how this industry works, why the components are there that will allow people to understand how to turn this into a very profitable enterprise. I love that allowed us to hear all the horses of our national anthem today. We don't usually get that. We usually end with the first horse. But we've heard about the mountains and the seas and the plains and the attraction that Guyana is. Let us make sure that everyone knows the attraction that we have. And I think by now, all of us, I think through our minister, through our president, through the many people who have served tourism in our country, we know that tourism is not the airport, it's not the hotel. We have so many more components to tourism that need to be in place, from the attractions to art and craft, to the cultural pieces, to our heritage that needs to be brought forward. And everyone has a role to play based on the estimates, and we'll hear more about that. There's a lot more work and a lot more income that can come to this country using those using tourism as a complete product. So I know we didn't hear we didn't recite the anthem, the pledge today, but in the pledge there is a line that says, we all need to dedicate our energies towards the happiness and prosperity of Guyana. That's what we continue to promise. That's what we promise that we will continue to do as a company. And every one of you who's ever said that pledge as well, I encourage you to do the same thing. So thank you so much for your partnership, for your belief in what Guyana can be, and for us playing our very good part. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Vision, for setting the stage for our event today. Three notable things I just like to reiterate to our audience. One, the time is now for us to be ready for a growing tourism sector. Number two, tourism hospitality is not just about bartenders and serving staff. It's about strengthening the middle managers who direct and manage the resources. Very, very important. And finally, we should not be hypocritical by being nice to our tourists and not to our fellow neighbors. So I encourage all of us to be nice to each other. So you can tell the person next to you that you have a good time. You know that, tell them. Excellent. Now to learn a bit more just about the collaboration between CTH and ActionINVEST, we're going to be hearing a video message from Mr. Steve Beckworth, who is the CTH Marketing Director. Unfortunately, they couldn't be here.
Good afternoon to His Excellency the President of Guyana, to the Honourable Tourism Minister and other dignitaries and guests. My name is Steve Beckworth. I'm the Marketing Director at the Confederation of Tourism and Hospitality, or CTH for short. I'm based here in London, and I'm very happy to be able to send you this video message for the ACI inaugural ceremony at the Marriott Hotel in Guyana. ACI have recently been approved as a CTH teaching centre so that they can teach our hospitality and tourism management qualifications. We're really excited about our relationship. The team at ACI clearly share our ethos for high quality vocational education, and they will equip learners with an internationally recognised CTH qualification for a successful career. At ACI, learners can study our Level 3 Foundation Diploma in Hospitality and Tourism, which is a very good introduction to the industry. On completion, the learner may want to enter the job market in a hotel, restaurant, or other hospitality venue. Alternatively, many learners will want to enhance their studies and progress onto the Level 4 Diploma in Hospitality Management, which is the equivalent of the first year of a bachelor's degree program. The hospitality and tourism sector has obviously suffered greatly over the last 3 years, but now the industry is definitely recovering well, and the sector needs fresh, well-qualified and passionate staff to be working in hotels, restaurants, events, and all different kinds of hospitality businesses. Well, that's it from me. I'm sending our very best wishes to all of you from London. Enjoy the rest of the ceremony. Bye for now.
Nice. So it is important just to pay attention to the message that he's sending, but not only are they going to be exposed to Level 3 program, after that program they become employable. So those persons who are willing who wants to work after them, they're skilled equipped to do so. And if they want to further their education, they can then move on to the Level 4 program. We find that, especially since COVID, there's a growing need for short programs where persons can upskill themselves and be ready for employment. And we're also bringing this to the market. To learn a little bit more about the collaboration and about the program. Please allow me to invite Dr. Larasami Adam, our academic director, to provide his remarks. Please welcome Dr. Adam.
Honorable Minister, Honorable Minister, Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, Dr. Ritin Georgia, Chairman of ACI, Mr. Harinan Prakash, President of DAG, General Manager, Guyana Marriott Hotel, esteemed dignitaries, media personnel, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon. A warm welcome to all of you to the launch of the Diploma in Hospitality and Tourism program. It is a great pleasure for me to stand before you today and celebrate this significant milestone offered by ACI. ACI, a leading entity in business development, recognized the imminent transformation and growth of hospitality and tourism industry and understood the pressing demand for skilled human resources to meet this unprecedented growth. Consequently, ACI made the decision to provide tertiary level education in the field of hospitality and tourism. ACI approached the National Accreditation Council Guyana and with their valuable guidance, diligently met all the standards required to become a registered institute offering tertiary level program. We are sincerely grateful to the National Accreditation Council for their support in the process. ACA also pursued approval from the Confederation of Tourism and Hospitality, United Kingdom. Following a comprehensive evaluation process, ACA was accredited as approved teaching center to offer the Foundation Diploma in Hospitality and Diploma in Hospitality and Tourism. The Confederation of Tourism and Hospitality, CTH, based in the United Kingdom, is globally renowned for its exceptional standard in the hospitality and tourism education sector. With over 40 years of experience, CTH has accredited more than 150 institutions worldwide and has shaped careers of more than 30,000 graduates. Its industry-focused programs provide students with valuable skills, knowledge, empowering them to thrive in the dynamic and competitive hospitality and tourism industry. Through conversations with industry experts, we have realized that students require not only technical skills but also workplace-related skills to excel in the industry. The World Economic Forum also strongly advocates for development of these skills. ACI has taken into consideration and will offer work-related skills such as critical thinking, creativity, problem solving, self-regulation, communication, decision-making, and resilience skills. To ensure students acquire practical experience, India has set its sights for forming partnerships with more than 20 prominent stakeholders in the hospitality and tourism industry within this year. We are delighted to announce that we have already established partnerships with Evergreen Adventure, and today we will be signing memorandum of understanding with Ramada Southstone Princess Hotel and Guyana Marriott Hotel, further strengthening our collaboration. These partnerships will provide invaluable opportunities for students to gain hands-on experience and enhance their skills in real-world settings. ACA strongly emphasizes the holistic development of students, combining technical skills, workplace-related skills, and practical experience. We aim to supply the booming hospitality industry in Guyana with the most talented individuals, equipping them with necessary tools to excel in their career. ACA firmly believes that it can make a significant contribution to the hospitality and tourism industry in Guyana by providing them with talented pool of human resources. We are committed to nurturing and empowering the next generation of hospitality professionals who will shape the industry's future. I would like to take this opportunity to express my sincere gratitude to each and every one of you for joining us today and showing us support for this much needed initiative. Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Larry, for those remarks and just giving a highlight with regard to some of the skill set or skills that those candidates will be leaving the program with that will equip them to perform in the job role and contribute to our growing tourism sector. Now we are at a tourism event, so to be remiss of us if we do not have a cultural piece. I would say hold on to your hearts as I invite to the front of the room Mr. Michael Khan. Some of us know him as Old Man Poppy, as he brings to us stories, Vera Nancy and Vera Tyler in the tourism.
Good afternoon, neighbors. Oh my gosh, my day. Well, let's hope we get one enjoyable, well, and everything good tourism. And I want to say that local content in the tourist industry is our cultural heritage, our intangible cultural heritage. So we're going to dish out here this afternoon. Vera Nancy and Vera Tyler. Them used to quote the same gal. Oh, the gal's name was Selena. Selena was a good child. On Monday, Vera Tyler carrying dumplings and for Selena. Selena, we love your soup. Vera Nancy visiting Jane. And so our Tiger was dumpling and throwing flour. Wednesday, jalebi. Tiger going down the road with. Thursday, Tiger jalebi eat out. Friday was payday. And estate pay you, oh my gosh, you got money in your pocket. Tiger going to the market. You ain't buying one basket, you know. Huh? You ain't buying two. The man so generous, he buying three. One for top here, one in the left hand, one in the right hand. You go, Selena, 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 here are your goods. So, Saturday morning, who you think come in? Vera Nancy already, and you know, a Tiger, you know. Tiger said, that is I pass. You want to tell you, that is I pass. So born Miss Foyer saying, time you marry the girl, time you marry the girl, time you marry, yes. Guess where he went? He went straight to the jeweler. When the jeweler see, he don't know what happened. Area. I got him in 3 categories. I got him in the $100,000 category. I got him in the $500,000 category. And I got them in the $1 million category. Every time you take us a cheap state, I will take the million. If you see this ring, I tell you, the diamond in this ring was so big that when Selena see, if Selena had false teeth, she false teeth would have rocks. But you know, no matter what, women are wonderful. So she tell Tiger, said, you wait in. You should go to a dance. And Nancy sees she and says, Selena, you don't bring nothing for me to eat. Selena said, look at this, look at this. This is what Tiger did mean. What is your intention? Look, me can hide some something. I'm going to take this hand and hide it with that hand. Nancy, so cute. Selena, we shame on you. I thought that you want to marry a man of high repute. You go settle for Tiger? You know Tiger father was me father old riding horse. You can settle for he was living like that. I tell you, Selena did not like that, and she fly back to that Tiger. When Tiger here was Selena had to tell him about what Nancy said. Tiger get blue vex and head to Nancy's house. When Nancy see from a distance, and Nancy star gets sick by the time Tiger reach Nancy door. And Nancy sing, oh brother Tiger. Oh, thank God you come. Hey, Tiger say, oh, where you get Selena? And Nancy said, we not tell she nothing. Then she clean the wax out, she is. We not tell she nothing. But here, you're coming with me. And prove this thing once and for all for Selena. Here, and Nancy. That is me. Nicest thing here, Tiger. Let me go and put this thing once and for all. But Tiger, oh boy. We can't walk so good. Let me sit up on your back, no? Tiger in love. I'm thinking about this, Selena. All right, let me go. And Nancy jump on. Let me go, Tiger. Oh, wait, Tiger. Oh, boy, when you're what? Me a slide up. Oh, me a slide. Let me remove the saddle. Put it on you. Oh, and strong. And then we go jump on. Tiger, not a think. I'll be thinking about this. Yes. And then see jump on. There we go. Tiger! You sit down good. But my hand goes so. You're going to bring the father bridle. Put it around your mouth. You know? And then they go tie me hand. You know, so my hand goes so. Tiger not a thing. You know, Tiger not a thing. So, you know, and Nancy make sure that land one that, you know, when you beat that kid, you know. He said, let me go, Tiger. Let me go. And they start walking down the road. When they're walking down the road, everybody watching this thing. Somebody that put Tiger back who see, don't laugh. Somebody that put Tiger back who see, don't laugh. You see when the nail is selling out. Here, Nancy. Selena! Woman tell you. Me tell you, said that Tiger father was me, father riding the horse. Look. They got Tiger right there, and he's me riding the horse. One Tiger. One. The story ended in bed. Thank you.
What an attempt to emulate Mr. Michael Khan. But that is a reminder with regard to Guyana's rich culture and its heritage. You mentioned local content in tourism. True definition, Guyana is rich. When it comes to cultural stories, organic artifacts, food, art, we need to make sure that this is represented in the local content of tourism. These events, as we launch the CTH program, are made possible not only by the persons who conceptualize them, but also by the many persons who are external and are willing to help push the agenda to bring quality education and programs to Guyana. One such external collaborator is a team at Guyana Marriott Hotel. I would like to invite at this time Mr. Eduardo Rapley, General Manager, to give a few remarks. Please welcome.
Minister of Tourism Industry and Commerce, Mr. Cameron Dash, Director of TTA, Dr. Vishnu Joega, Chairman of ActionINVEST, Mr. Harry Prasad, President-elect, members of the diplomatic corps, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Marriott is very proud to partner with ActionINVEST on the development of the hospitality tourism in terms of education. That's what we do every day in our company. Marriott today has a total different pattern than the other hotels chain worldwide has. We always say that when someone joins our company, that this person needs to be Marriottized. So imagine we are here in Guyana, here in the crisis of human resources. And that's what we do every day. We Marriottize everybody, and then they leave, and then we hire another group, and then we Marriottize them again, and they keep leaving. So, just to give you an example, and it's all about our culture. This week, we have Associate Appreciation Week. Associate Appreciation Week is a week that our company globally determines that every hotel has the obligation to thank the associates for what they do every day for our guests, for taking care of them, and to make our company a successful company. So we have activities going on from Monday to Friday, recognition of games, culinary contests. We have a lot of things that we engage the hourly staff, with middle management, with the exec team, to be able to create a bond and be able to get that teamwork moving. Because we understand that we are all the same, and we need to be working together with the same objective. It's the only way we can succeed. Our company has today a digital platform of 1,700 digital courses. This is worldwide to cover 31 brands in 138 countries. So you see the magnitude. So whoever joins our company as a permanent employee has access to that data. We are very happy to partner with you because I think it is our responsibility to be able to give to the community something that is lacking. And today, what is lacking is the awareness of tourism. Why Mexico has an amazing service? Because this has been there for generations. The same as Dominican Republic and other very attractive destinations. So we are warning right now. We are starting a long journey. And I think it's everybody's responsibility to get together and see how can we face the reality. I think all of us have forgotten already what was COVID. COVID was 2 years of imprisonment, right? We were totally locked. We were away from everybody, right? So this has given time for humanity, and we're not talking about Guyana, we're talking about humanity in general, to think about values, about what they want for life. They want to talk about quality of life, well-being, and all that. And this has changed the concept of humanity. So now people talk about, okay, working from home, doing video conferences. We don't do personal conferences anymore. Working from home, there's a huge devaluation on the real estate market in big cities like New York and all that, because nobody is occupying those buildings anymore. So we need to adapt to the change. And it's my belief that the most important segment that we need to attack in any location, it is the youth generation, the children. I think if we are able to plant the seed of tourism into the mindset of the children will be able to slowly influence their parents and provoke a change. It's a slow process, but it's a mindset change. With the oil and gas, for instance, it's something that has brought a huge transformation to Guyana. And with that transformation, you need to change the mindset as well to be able to follow the development. But if we are not prepared for that growth, we're going to struggle. And as you rightly said, in 3 years' time, we're going to have a few other hotels. And I would say a few of them are Marriott hotels as well. So what we're going to do? What can we do to attract Guyanese to stay there? If that's what we want. Right now, the challenges that we're having is to bring foreigners, to bring knowledge, to be able to train. I would barely need to have locals to be able to train the local community instead of needing foreigners to bring their expertise over. But unfortunately, we're not in the right moment yet. So with your program, I'm sure that we will be able to elevate the knowledge, the understanding, and we will be able to be in a much better situation than we are. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So I may ask you, pointed very nicely when you said we need to plant the seed tourism into the mindset of children, and they will slowly be able to influence their parents and provoke necessary change. Very often, such powerful words are being said, and it is indeed we need to make sure that tourism is done at, I think, the beginning of the school, or schooling of children, so that they understand its importance and develop that natural love for their country and its people in order for tourism to be executed the way it needs to be executed. We have many different support organizations who play a key role in ensuring that our country, our companies have the necessary avenues and opportunities to present themselves. One such organization usually creates events that allows small and growing businesses an opportunity to be seen not only by local persons, but also by those visiting our country. Please allow me to invite the President of the GMSA, Mr. Ramsey Ali, to give a few remarks.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's not my intention to come here and speak this afternoon. I was hoping to sit in a chair very quietly. Listen, we should know how that is. So if I were to speak on behalf of the GMSA, the acronym is Guyana Marriott Hotel Services Association, we will take on board services. You probably have just about 35 or 40 members that form on the channel. But if you were to put them in this room this afternoon and you would ask them, what's your greatest problem you have in your business organization? I'm sure they will tell you. Tourism in Guyana over the years, relatively speaking to the other Caribbean countries in Latin America, is really New Orleans and Miami, because we didn't have the kind of product North Americans and Europeans were looking for. standards of the world. So we love different type of food. I know we spent a lot of money over the years promoting that. That's getting to the place of the year. But with the advent of oil and gas, the landscape of this country has changed and is changing rapidly. And probably this project will come at a better time, maybe in my opinion, it will be late, but it will never. Because it all is going to happen in this country. We have the kind of people, competent people, manage the business. And I compliment the women shapers behind this program. As I said, it's due, it's important, and I'm sure whatever you are planning to do in terms of your semesters and your size of business, you may have to rethink in terms of the numbers. I know there's a people in the University of Guyana here. And I remember speaking to my chancellor a couple of months ago. 10 years ago, there were people living in the University of Guyana and they weren't sure where the next job would be. Today, I'm saying this based on what I was told. If you go to the University of Guyana, the students in certain faculties that are first and second years have already given jobs. So that's what's happening in this country. So I compliment the people again who are involved in this. And on behalf of business in Guyana, I believe it's something that's very, very much needed. And I wish you all success in this program. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ali. And it is indeed the mandate of the program to create competent persons to be able to manage businesses. And the introduction of the services business as a component of GMSA is also very important, because when we think about tourism and hospitality, it is not only directly with those organizations or companies or businesses that is involved in tourist-related activities. The tourists will have to eat outside of that. They'll have to shop outside of that. They'll have to use additional services. So we want them to have a holistic, fantastic experience and not just at the tourist site as well. So I think this is really apt in highlighting that services in itself need to ensure that the hospitality component is as prominent and evident as possible. We will now be hearing from one of the organizations that is responsible for bringing together organizations within the tourism sector. I'd like to invite the president of TAG, Mr. Harnan Passau, to give his remarks.
Thank you, Mr. MC. Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, Honorable Lee Waldron, members of the diplomatic corps, Director of the GTA, Ms. Camouflage, other distinguished guests, industry operators, and aspiring professionals in the tourism and hospitality sector. Good afternoon. As the president of TAG, it's a privilege to be here at the launch of this program, which marks such a significant milestone in our journey towards strengthening the tourism and hospitality sector in Guyana. Our industry, like many others, is not without hurdles. We face various challenges that require our collective effort and a bit of innovative thinking if we want to overcome them. One such critical challenge we confront is the persistent gap in our human resources. While Guyana possesses immense natural beauty, rich cultural heritage, and warm hospitality, we often find ourselves lacking the skilled workforce needed to fully leverage these assets. This gap poses a threat to our industry's growth and sustainability. However, in the face of the challenge, we see a tremendous opportunity. By focusing on fulfilling this feature and gap, and upskilling our existing industry professionals, we can create a robust and resilient tourism and hospitality sector. The Confederation of Tourism and Hospitality Programs played a vital role in equipping our aspiring candidates with the necessary skills, knowledge, and expertise to meet the industry's demand. Through comprehensive training and development initiatives, we can elevate the standards of service delivery in Guyana and ensure that every visitor experiences our country's true essence. We must also address the loss of trained personnel to the oil and gas and mining industries. With these sectors undoubtedly bringing economic benefits to our nation, we cannot overlook the impact they have on our tourism and hospitality industry. Trained individuals who depart from these industries create a significant shortage within our sector, as you heard earlier on. Every day, we all are losing valuable employees, and this results in challenges that we cannot provide exceptional service to our visitors. In light of these shortages, the industry has recognized the urgency to take action and has embarked on partnerships to address this issue. Collaboration between the public and private sectors, as well as academia, is crucial to bridging the HR gap. By fostering strong partnerships, we can ensure that our training candidates have access to quality education, internships, and job placement opportunities. These partnerships also enable us to attract and retain talent within our industry by highlighting the unique experiences, career growth prospects, and positive impact tourism and hospitality can have on local communities. Colleagues in tourism, we must remain motivated and committed to our shared vision of a thriving tourism and hospitality sector in Guyana. The success of our industry hinges on our ability to overcome challenges, seize opportunities, and adopt best practices. Let us continue to work together, hand in hand, to create a vibrant ecosystem that nurtures talent, embraces innovation, and showcases the true essence of our beautiful nation to the world. Today's launch marks an important step in our journey, but it is just beginning. I urge industry operators, government officials, and training candidates to actively participate in these programs, engage in dialogue, and contribute their insights to shape the future of our industry. Together, we can create an environment where our tourism and hospitality sector thrive. Our workforce is skilled and empowered, and our guests leave with unforgettable memories of their time in Guyana. I'd like to sincerely congratulate Mr. Dr. Durga and everyone in ActionINVEST team. Best wishes for a successful launch, and we look forward to working together with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Swallow. And it is very important to note that we definitely need to collaborate with each other, especially in the private and public sector. As you indicated, it's very critical for bridging that human resource gap that currently exists. And it's also very important for us to, not just for us to remain motivated towards a shared vision, but creating this vibrant ecosystem that nurtures talent. Very, very important and critical. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now be hearing from our featured speaker this afternoon, the Honorable Manish Moran Alcock, Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce. Please hear from
CEO of ActionINVEST, Mr. Durga, team, Director of GTA, Mr. Campbell. You're Dr. Bash, and President of CAG, members of the Diplomatic Corps, distinguished leaders of the hospitality sector in Guyana, special invited guests, members of the media, good afternoon. Good afternoon. So this initiative, I know, has taken some time, blood, sweat, some tears, to bring it to its fruition. And as with all good things, it does take effort, especially when it's the first of its kind. And I believe similar initiatives and collaborations coming after this is going to be a lot easier as ActionINVEST has created a path. It speaks to this new trajectory of tourism in Guyana. Our country is developing rapidly, and the tourism sector is no exception. We have a clear vision for tourism as a government. Since 2020, the vision has been articulated on many occasions as we sit together in rooms like this, as tourism bodies and individuals. We sit with the president, who was the first portfolio held as that of the Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce. And having sat with the president and with the rest of cabinet, we are clear about one thing as regards to tourism. We're clear about many of our plans for Guyana. In respect to tourism, we have a clear directive and mandate that Guyana becomes the premier tourism destination in this part of the hemisphere. You really don't get anywhere without the vision. There is no, people say, oh, well, Mexico's better, Costa Rica's better, look at what they've been able to do, and you're right. And it's good to learn from the industry adults, especially when you're in influence. And because of that, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. And you can learn and you can use the lessons that economies like Costa Rica that has a tourism sector that's 70 years old. We don't have 70 years. We don't. And we don't need the 70 years. There's just so many best practices to pull from. So many best practices to learn from, and so many best practices to implement. And you've heard also our projections for visitors in Guyana. We're talking about, as a government and as the other partners, that we have made it clear and said it openly that we would like to have targets and we would like to see more internationally branded hotels. And we sent out an expression of interest for internationally branded hotels. We'd like to see our interior runways improved so we could have more airlift. And we've brought investment in this regard. We'd like to see a road from Lethem to Linden to Lethem that connects Brazil, to open up that entire corridor for tourism. And we've invested in that similar regard. And you could go on and on. And I'm saying this to say that the government continues to provide the enabling environment, continues to provide, we put our money where our mouth is, but we can't do it alone. And we really do it, these kinds of meetings, you see how important it is for this public-private partnership. That we can hold each other's hands, the government provides the environment, makes it clear that this is our vision, and the private sector continues to run with it. You, the private sector, to run and to take advantage of the opportunities. And now is the time to take advantage of the opportunities in tourism. Now is the time. The For example, the hotels, the expression of interest you sent out for branded hotels. Now that we have several hotels on stream, under construction, there are only so many hotels of that kind that we can that would be feasible to put into, let's say, Region 6. Now, as the momentum has built, you see people now trying to come to catch up. And that's what I don't want for us as our Chinese hospitality people, that we don't, not trying to catch up, not trying to collaborate to take advantage of the opportunities. And we are seeing more and more visitors. Just short, not too long ago, Cameron and I were looking at the figures for visitor arrival for March. And we looked at the stats all the way down to 2017 at the March figures. And we have seen the highest figures for March visitors arrival for 2023, the highest we've ever seen in 10 years. Pre-pandemic, post-pandemic. And it's as a result of the oil and gas business travel, yes. But it's also as a result because people will, when they come and they experience Guyana, they're coming back, diaspora is coming back, and there's more airlift, and so it's bringing more and more people in. And all of this is being as a direct intervention of government. Just last week, we had Flight Canada coming in from Panama. The new airlift coming into Ghana as a result of intense negotiations by government. The British Airways flight that comes twice a week was a direct result of the intervention of the president when he went to the UK, as you know, in last year. We were in the UK. Direct intervention, direct negotiation. Same thing with Panama, the airlines of Panama. And so your government continues to build, continues to invest, continues to put the energy towards building up a tourism sector that will be profitable for you. You're increasing the quantity, and so we have to speak of also the quality of the product. Because it's not enough to say that we have all these rooms, we have all these people coming, we have all this airlift, and when people come, they need a great experience. And that's where the training is critical. And that is where we have struggled, admittedly, as an industry. And the private sector has once again stood up and said, well, we've seen this gap, and we are here to fill out the gap. So I do thank Dr. Dorwell and his team and your partners for this initiative, for realizing that indeed there is an opportunity here. And the hotel rooms that are currently under construction, these are physical rooms, and there are more coming. 1,500 rooms. My understanding of the industry, let's say an average hotel, not a luxury hotel, just an average hotel is about 3 persons per key. 1,500 rooms. So you start doing the math in terms of employment, and the numbers, the basic numbers that you're going to need. Base numbers that you're going to need, hundreds and hundreds of employees, well-trained employees. And you know it takes time to train. All of you, I don't have to preach that to you. It takes time to train, it takes time to make that investment. And so our challenge is to replenish, build out the jobs and the labor that we need for these establishments without pulling from the Marriott or pulling from Carver Lodge, or depleting what we already have. That is not the way we grow. That's not the way we can build. We ought to start looking at building up new talent. And on this note, I would also like us to see the remote areas and our indigenous communities to be benefiting as well from this training, and for it to just not be located centrally. So the Guyana Marriott and the other lodges that are outside of Georgetown, we would like to see them benefiting as well. Guyana is an exceptionally beautiful country, flora and fauna, beautiful landscapes, but I believe that our ultimate, the thing that will distinguish us and set us apart from the rest of our competitors and is the warmth, the generosity, the Guyanese style hospitality that will leave a lasting impression on the people. And the training that you will undertake and the other kinds of training, I would like for us to really have that Guyanese brand on our training. There's a uniqueness to our people, there's a uniqueness to our culture, our food, that you don't want to get lost in the partnerships. And that our product should be unique. When people come here, it's a positive experience that they've never seen and never had before. This Mayor Nancy story, nobody else knows what IPAS means. It's a Guyanese thing. That conversation could go on for years. What did he mean in IPAS? It becomes a thing. And that is our Guyanese experience. Cameron and I were discussing this earlier, and he was talking about a grant program to incentivize innovation in the tourism sector in terms of tours and excursions, and we went back and forth as to what, and I was telling him that we should include gastronomy, so that with the experience of the visitor, is the eating, the food, we should include culture in the program, which is you'll probably hear about. I will preempt him by you hear about. But we're always looking at ways in which we can develop. But I asked myself the question as he messaged me. I was like, why do we, as government, at this time, at this stage, knowing how much we have said and shouted from the mountaintops and invested and encourage investment and incentivize investment, why do we at this stage still have to incentivize innovation in the hospitality sector? And it tells me that as a private sector, we do have some little more growing up to do. That the incentive should be our hospitality product is so unique, so unparalleled that we're able to get top dollar for it. So the ultimate incentive is our profits, and not brand that we are coming up with to get invigorate our partners, our tour guides, our excursion guides to come up with new and exciting products. We have to be able to be doing that ourselves, I think. And I would just encourage all of us to continue to just keep thinking big. We are on an international stage. We see visitors. Just this weekend, I'll be hosting the Minister of State of Dubai. She's a woman. And part of the royal family and all of the things that come, and she's been coming with 40 persons. Her entourage, along with her 2 private jets, is 40 people. And she's coming to Guyana. Where are they staying? Who are they going to be encountering? What experiences are they going to be having? Are they going to leave with a good impression? These things shouldn't cause me so much worry, because we ought to be coming to a stage, and with the help of these kinds of initiatives where we know that when people come here, they leave with a positive word of mouth. That Guyana is a great experience. And we're getting delegations coming all the time. We want to show them some of Guyana. We want to give them the experiences, and this is through the gamut of hotels and this is transportation, air and water transportation. What kinds of experience? And so for us to really come together to think holistically that when a person hits that airport and they interface with the immigration, what kind of experience are they having? That is all part of our product. And we would like to see the training reflect that. Our total and whole Guyanese experience, that whole product. So I think I've rambled long enough. I am pleased to partner with, as government, with this initiative, with ActionINVEST. In fact, the Guyana Tourism Authority and ActionINVEST will be signing an MOU as we collaborate with the kinds of programs and for us to be able to influence and speak to some of the programs that will be over the next couple of months and even years, speak to some of the programs that are going to be brought to bear to some of our people, and even help with recruitment in that regard. In whatever way that we can partner so we can build and realize this vision as an exceptional tourism product. We're not trying to be somebody else. Being Guyanese is all we need. Our Guyanese product it holds its own, just for us to be really proud of it and to complement it and to highlight it. And I've forgotten about Beer Nancy. Yeah, I think there are some more Beer Nancy stories. So thank you very much for your listening here. It's been a pleasure being here. Once again, congratulations. I really look forward to many such collaborations in the future. And as you mentioned, there is so much opportunity when Hospitality Institute is being completed, that there's many more opportunities for collaboration and training in this area. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Lindsay, for your kind words and sharing with us that the vision, which is for Guyana to become the premier tourist destination in this side of this part of the hemisphere. I believe that we have all the evidence, we just need to bring them together. And to reiterate that we're nothing without that vision as we move towards having internationally branded hotels, improved airstrips, and roads that can connect other parts or other countries to them, which you mentioned was a letter to Brazil. And finally, I'd like to close on being Guyanese is all we need. I think indeed I would like to concur that we are indeed extremely blessed and special people. Innovation, I think, is a part of our DNA. And only last weekend I took a trip to Region 1, and I was amazed at the ingenuity of the people to get things done without modern machinery. And when you ask them, like, why are you doing this? They can't really tell you the exact why behind it, but it just gets the job done. And it's really, really amazing and innovative. As we continue to add and support the growth of Guyana's economy, ActionINVEST vision is Guyana's abundance through business re-education. And we'd like to put that support to as many organizations as possible. And through the ActionINVEST Foundation, we have provided, or will be providing rather, the opportunity to an organization to receive the 1 year of support. Just to tell you a little bit more about this, before we invite the recipient of this award, I would like to invite Dr. Vishnu to provide just some background.
Thank you very much, Kian. In the past, nearly 7 years, we've been supporting a number of business support organizations. In some cases with executive coaching, in some cases with training. Organizations like the Joshua Chamber, the Manufacturing Association, more recently the Canada Chamber of Commerce. And last year, when our team sat together, we looked at how can we make a bigger impact, especially since we were in the middle of pursuing these services in tourism. Our team said, why not open it up to all NGOs? Why just business support organizations? Because there are many entities that do fantastic work. And we launched the call last month. We had a number of interested organizations. You'll be surprised how many don't have the requirements that we thought were normal. Audited financials, who would have guessed? That audited financials is such a big hurdle for NGOs, and I would encourage NGOs to make sure that they get that in order, because if you want more donors, if you want more people to get involved, they want to know where the money is going and that it's well spent. From the organizations that met all the requirements, we had organizations from all across the country. It was also interesting that we had more from outside of Georgetown, which is a good sign that within Georgetown, but the organization that was the best prepared, that will be awarded today, is going to be receiving executive coaching for their executive director, so that the director also has the level of support and skill building that is needed. For their extended team, they'll be receiving training in various aspects, from communication to supervisory management over a 1-year period. We'll also be connecting them with our CEO roundtable. It's a networking group that we have that meets once a month, so that they can also get closer to the people who can sponsor programs and support their cause. And finally, especially in this case, it becomes very appropriate, they will also get a spot in the first cohort of the tourism and hospitality program, the level 3 program, that covers an entire year of tuition. So with that being said, I think we have to have something that we can hand over. And I'll ask our minister to please join me, our CEO. I was called the CEO. I've been removed from the CEO position for 3 years now. Our CEO is Trigger. And if you guys can join us so that we can hand over this year's support to Vincent Rubulani, and I would like to invite the President of the Congratulations, it's the value of over 15,000 US worth of trades.
And one of the benefits that Dr. Vishnu did not mention, and if he wasn't going to mention it, then I am going to mention it, that organization will also get featured in the next edition of the Who's Doing Guyana Business Directory, free of charge as well, to add to their visibility for their organization. And on the note of the Who's Doing, we have our QR codes around for those persons who have not yet got their hands on a copy. If you don't want to take a physical copy, you can scan our QR codes and it will take you straight to the digital feature of the Who's Doing Guyana Business Directory that you can scan, browse, and also share with your fellow colleagues, whether locally and overseas. To accommodate our activity this afternoon, we will be now moving to the signing of the MOUs. I would like to ask the team to make sure that we hear this part. And I would like to invite Mr. Kamil Bash, Director of GTA. Please join us in front. I would like to invite Mr. Harry Hassan, Executive Director of TAF. Please join us in front. Mr. Eduardo Rapley, General Manager of Accounting Program Entry Trading at Guyana Marriott Hotel, and last but certainly not least, representing Mr. Tuna, the HR Manager, Mr. Ajula Hassan, for the Romana Georgia Princess Hotel. Montenegro, the CEO of ActionINVEST. This is very important. All right, so the coming marks the sealing of collaboration between the organizations as we provide training content. And as Minister clearly said, she wanted to make sure that we advertise brand to the training. I would like to assure Minister that training will be delivered by local professionals. So we're bringing the international content and adding the local. As we are coming down to the end of the signing of the MOU, we use the opportunity to have a capture in memory. And I would like to invite to take part in this moment. We have in our audience, Deputy British High Commissioner, Mr. Lee, to please join us in front. I would like to invite Ministers to please join us in front. I would like to invite the Melody. Please join us in front, Dr. Anani. Can we have the team that signed the MOU please join us in front, please? Thank you very much for the seats. And I would like to now invite the President of this committee, Mrs. Natalie, to say a few words.
Thank you. I'm going to do that all Thank you, everyone. Our conservation partners here. One of the wonderful things of conservation is the fact that tourism enables people. And this is why this is most exciting. That the work that we get to do and that this wonderful contribution is going to help us to do even better is we get to do work of being with people in the community and helping them realize their dreams of how tourism can transform them and my voice is not cooperating this afternoon, I apologize. So, we are champions of certification, we are champions of innovation, we are champions of collaboration because we truly believe that we cannot do it alone. And for me, again, having been awarded this, it says to me that you think we're doing it right and then we're on the right track. So thank you so much. And again, it's wonderful to be part of this entire program because, as everyone before me has said, we are in a sector that is rapidly transforming, that is growing at such an exponential rate that it has far outstripped our existing human resource. And we're at the point where if we do not invest in the future, we are going to be behind the game. And what a shame to be behind the game in your own country. So congratulations to Vishnu, congratulations to all the members of the team, the Marriott, the GTA, and TAG, my dear friends TAG, champions there. And thank you for joining the fight today, Guyana, as our minister said, the best product in this part of the world. Thank you.
As we are in the motion of giving gratitude, we would like to say thank you to the team at CTH for their rigorous assessment and certification, and also the team at ACI for their continued pursuit of higher learning and bringing this program together. As you can see, as the reason why we cleared out from that area, our CTH platform has a QR code for persons who would like to learn more about the program. You can scan the QR code, it will take you straight to our page. And because we are called also Action Coach, we believe in action immediately. So for those persons who have their cell phones that has an internet connection, you can say them out. And you turn on your camera, the C app, yeah. We're not going to do selfies today, we're going to be pointing straight to the front. You should be able to pick up the QR code. There we go. And you can bookmark it. So that when you leave here today, you won't forget and say, I should have done it. We don't want you to have the shoulds in life. So when you have the time, when you finish the come closer, you're not getting it to scan the QR code. Our team is also, as a registration desk, they have
the demo service.
So my team is testing her ability to follow just my demo site. Still will be making sure that the live site was live today. But in the meanwhile, you can meet with our team on the outside as you're leaving. There is a register that you can sign on that will allow them to send you more information for those persons who are interested in learning more about the program and registering yourself and your team members. We would also like to tag GTA, the Marriott, Romano for partnering with us and providing the help for a practical assessment for the candidates that will be producing. We'd also like to especially thank the Marriott Hotel for the provision of the space today, complimentary for us to have this launch. It demonstrates their everlasting commitment to development here in tourism here in Guyana. I would like to also thank the members of the media for their commitment to our event today and for turning out on time. And I would like to give a special thank you to all of our special invitees. Without you lending your ears and investing your time to learn more about our program and how it can benefit you and your organization, this program will not be as successful as it is. I would like to, at this moment, bring the official part of our program to an end and invite you to partake in some refreshing Guyanese coconut water, and also to register as you're leaving for those persons who are interested in the program. In addition, you can grab yourself a copy of who's doing the business direction. We Ladies and gentlemen, your comments are very good. Thank you.